네, 환영합니다. 오늘 저희 스튜디오에 너무나도 특별한 분이 여러분들을 만나고자 왔는데요. 그 주인공은 바로 일리노이주 일리노이 컴트롤러 수자나 멘도자 분이 지금 시카고 시장 선거 출마를 선언하시고 여러분들에게 그녀의 비전을 듣고자 제가 스튜디오에 이렇게 모셨는데요. 빨리 만나보고 싶거든요. 지금 광고 보시고 우리 수자나 멘도자 만나러 가겠습니다. Okay, let's hear her vision for the future of Chicago. We start right now.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. About how a city this strong should work better for the people who built it. In neighborhoods across the city, we show up, we work hard, and we look out for each other. That's the Chicago way. It's what I saw as a kid born in Little Village, raised by parents who came here from Mexico to build a better life. Chicago has always been a city of builders, builders of businesses, of families, of futures. Every neighborhood in this city carries its own story. But no matter where we come from, we all want the same things.
We deserve more spaces to enjoy ourselves outside.
We need more programs for young adults to go to after school, on the weekends, not just my children, but for all teenagers.
Here in this city, we have many amenities that we love and resources that we use. And if we don't get our financial house in order, we're not going to be able to have those things for future generations.
We need more action than talk so that we can see our community grow.
Too many people feel abandoned by City Hall. Families are being squeezed by rising rents, higher fees, and property taxes. Communities don't feel safe. Small businesses are fighting to survive. We're tired of paying for big promises that are never kept. Chicago deserves more than promises. It deserves progress. I've spent my career taking on huge problems and fixing them. As a state legislator, I passed a school breakfast bill. As city clerk, I modernized city stickers, getting rid of the hours-long lines at City Hall. And as controller, I eliminated the state's backlog of billions in unpaid bills, increased transparency and accountability, earned credit upgrades for the first time in decades, and restored stability without sticking working families with the bill. I believe government should answer to the people it serves, not political insiders or special interests. Because Chicagoans are tired of paying more and getting less, tired of politics that divides people without solving problems. Chicago doesn't need bigger promises. It needs proven, competent leadership that delivers real progress people can actually feel in every neighborhood, for every family, because progress is greater than promises. I'm Susana Mendoza, and I'm running for mayor of Chicago.
네, 스튜디오에 오신 여러분 환영합니다. Welcome to the show, Controller Mendoza. Thanks for coming.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
And 감사합니다.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on the show today.
Yeah,
Very excited to be here. Thank
welcome,
you.
everybody. So, please say hello to our viewer first.
Hello, it's wonderful to be with you in studio here, but I'm very excited to get to share some moments with the Korean community here in Chicago. We have a very vibrant, beautiful community that is hardworking, immigrants that have made our city and our state a much better place to live and be. And so as I take this next chapter of representing the city of Chicago in the office of the mayor, it's important that you know that you're going to have a friend and an ally and someone who recognizes the many contributions that you've given over many years, but a community that is vibrant, that makes Chicago a better place, and you're going to have a mayor who sees you and recognizes you for those efforts and wants to work with you for an even better tomorrow.
By the way, you are very pretty on camera.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you.
Yeah, let's start with a few fun icebreaker questions to help everyone get to know each other.
Yes, please.
So I heard you were a great soccer player in college, playing as a midfielder in soccer.
Yes.
The midfield connects the defense and the offense, which is probably the most important job on the field. and how does that experience help your leadership as a controller and in the future as mayor of Chicago?
Oh, well, thank you. That's a fun question, talking about my very first love. I'm happily married.
Oh, yeah?
And we have a beautiful 13-year-old son.
Yeah.
But my first love was soccer.
Yeah. Oh.
And as football, right? As others, the rest of the world knows it as football. But I grew up very passionate about the sport of soccer, and soccer taught me so many things. I started off recreationally and then became very competitive and played at a very high level. I played in college, also played in Europe for a little bit in a couple tournaments out there, and my whole life back then was soccer. And the position that I played, as you made reference to, was offensive center midfield. So I did the most amount of running because you're going forward on offense, you're going backwards on defense.
Yeah.
But the midfielder is the one who is the playmaker. You have to know and be able to see the entire field, really understand the role of every one of your players and help out on defense. But once you get the ball, know who you're going to dispatch the ball to on the pitch. And life is very much like that. When you're talking about building a success as a leader, you can't do it by yourself. You need to know how to surround yourself by an incredible team and identify what the strengths and the weaknesses are, because all of us, no matter how strong we may be, have things that we're exceptionally good at and things that we're not so good at. And so identifying what those are in each of your teammates is a critical skill set to have, whether it's on the soccer pitch or it's in the business or it's in the government. And so in the roles that I've had, I've taken those leadership skills that being a leader on the field taught me, but also the camaraderie and the teamwork skills that being a team leader taught me on how to build a team around the success of the goal that we're pursuing. So if we want to find a solution to a problem, I can't do it all by myself. The way I do it the best is by building a really great team, finding out what everyone is best at, and then setting the vision and pursuing the goal. So
awesome.
Very much like life and very much like politics.
Pretty much, yes. So in your free time, I heard you love snowboarding and biking with your family. So what is your favorite bike trail in Chicago?
Oh, we have really fun bike trails in Chicago. My favorite is the 606. Have you ridden it?
Oh,
it's wonderful. It used to be a old abandoned railroad, and they connected it through like Logan Square and a large swath of the city. But right now, where it used to be abandoned, dangerous area, it's a beautiful, welcoming former railroad, which is now a full bike path, jogging path, and a walking path. And it is really like turned on the city through that portion of the city that used to be, kind of like forgotten and dark. Now it's vibrant and full of families and kids and people on their bicycles. My husband and I and our son, we also like to do the North Branch Trail. And part of that is in Chicago and part of it is in the suburbs going to the Botanical Gardens. So from my home on the northwest side of the city of Chicago in Portage Park, we hop on the North Branch and we take that all the way to the Botanical Gardens, and back home it's about a 40-mile bike ride. But they're really nice trails that you can jump on and enjoy the city, enjoy nature, and be active because health is very important.
Of course, yes. Nowadays, K-culture, including K-drama, K-food, is incredibly popular across the U.S. Have you tried any Korean dishes, and is there any one that stands out as your favorite? Sharing with us.
Oh my goodness, yes. I love Korean food. And let me just say before I get into my favorite dish, what a show by BTS at the World Cup.
Oh my gosh, did you watch?
Of course I watched.
Wow.
It was so wonderful. And to that point that the whole world is in love with Korean culture right now. One of my best friends, she watches Korean dramas. She's not Korean, she's Filipino. But she doesn't understand Korean, but she's like, I'm learning it because I'm watching this and you can, make it out. But she says she's obsessed with Korean dramas. And, but I love Korean food. I loved watching the BTS do such a beautiful performance. What a great representation of Korean culture on that world stage with some of our top performers, Madonna and Justin Bieber, and they were right there. Shakira, exactly, as a Latin American. And no, we were very, very proud of that World Cup halftime show. But when it comes to food, I love a good Korean barbecue, and my favorite is the pork and the beef bulgogi. Yes, I love bulgogi. I think everyone loves bulgogi, but I especially love it. And then maybe you can help me. What's the name of the dish, the rice dish, that at the end of a really good Korean barbecue, you know, you have the leftover pieces, and then they bring the fried rice, and they put everything that was left over into that dish, and it's amazing.
Amazing. It's what we call the 볶음밥.
The 볶음밥, I love that. Yes.
Yeah, mix everything.
It's
with the
everything.
vegetables. Yeah, leftover foods.
The
mix
leftover.
it, right.
And I feel like it's so welcoming. It makes you feel like you're in someone's home.
Yeah.
You know, like a very, like that's the thing your mother or your grandmother would make.
Exactly.
And I love it. So rather than dessert, I just want to eat that at the end of my meal. It's so good.
Let's go to the Korean restaurant after the show. I will treat you.
I love Korean food, yes.
Wow, okay. So let's talk about more details. Let's talk about her visions for the future of Chicago. You know, everyone knows you are a financial expert and you fixed Illinois' huge money problems and helped the state get 10 better credit ratings, right? So right now, Chicago is having its own budget and pension problems. So as a mayor, how do you plan to fix Chicago's money problem?
So this is the one area where, by far, I'm the only candidate running for mayor of Chicago who brings this level of financial expertise to the job on day one. And a couple of things, the credit rating agencies, which are those agencies that monitor how we're performing financially, like they monitor your credit at home. And you know that when you have good credit, you can get the best borrowing rates. Well, the same is true for governments, and we always want to have the best credit. Unfortunately, right now, the city of Chicago has the worst credit that it's had in a long, long time. And we're very close to a credit that won't even allow us to borrow at reasonable rates. And so when I took over for the state of Illinois, we were at that level. We were just one notch above financial collapse, going into junk bond territory. No state had ever been that bad. And it was my job to turn it around. And we had 20 years worth of credit downgrades, but once I took over, I promised to deliver our first upgrade, but we've now had 10 credit upgrades on my watch in less than 10 years. So we're very proud of that work. And Illinois is moving in the right direction at a time when the city of Chicago is moving backwards. So we're getting upgrades, the city's getting downgrades. And I want to put a stop to that hemorrhaging of our city's finances. I did that for the state of Illinois. I can take a lot of the principles that I employed to improve our state's finances into City Hall and bring a culture of financial competence to this office. We are bleeding money every day, and I need to put a stop to that hemorrhaging. We're also bleeding jobs out of Chicago, and we need to bring them back. When I think about the Korean ethnic corridor that used to be on Seoul Street or Avenue, we had 150 businesses at one time, small mom and pop Korean businesses, and now we're down to 50. So we need to turn that around. And so when you have a mayor who understands that it is critically important to manage the finances well, just the way all of the businesses that every day show up to work, offer a product to their customer. When they see their fines or their fees or their cost of running their business increase, they still have to figure out a way to provide the best service that they can to their customers to keep them coming in the door. There's no reason why the city of Chicago should not operate with that same mentality of providing good service, the best service, at lower cost. And when I'm mayor, that's the type of administration that we will have. We will make sure that we're managing our finances responsibly. We will stretch the value of them the way I've learned to do, being the daughter of immigrant parents. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. The only inheritance that I received from my father when he passed away was the most important inheritance that I could receive, which is the example of a hard work ethic.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised. It's how everyone in your community I know has been raised. And it's what can make us successful as a city if we have that type of a mentality at the helm.
Right. Wow. Very impressed.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like as you mentioned, small business owners across Chicago are struggling right now with high inflations, and public safety concerns as well, But what is your main plan to help small business grow again and make our streets safer?
Yeah, so both of those are intertwined, right? If you are a business who wants to succeed, you need to make sure that your business is not being broken into, or that your employees or you yourself feel safe going into your business and throughout the day of your business being operated, and in the evening when you go home. Unfortunately, we see too many stories, one after another, of small businesses who feel that they have been abandoned, that they're paying more than they ever have, and they're receiving less in return from a city who should be saying, what can we do to help you instead of what do we get to take from you? And so I think when we start acting as if we as a city are truly lucky that you choose to run your business in our city, we'll be better off. Because I think for too long, the city has acted as if those businesses are doing us, or that we're doing the business a favor by letting them do business in Chicago, versus acknowledging that the business community is doing us a favor by choosing our city in which to do business, provide jobs, and help us grow our economy, your economy, but also the city's economy. And so I think that making sure that as mayor, I put public safety front and center, that if someone breaks into your business, we're going to track them down and we will hold them accountable for committing those crimes. It won't be like pretend it didn't happen, because right now, for too long, I should say, the solution has been, sorry, we can't do anything, and if you want more security, you should hire it. That's a terrible response from the city. We need a mayor who will be responsive, who will say, what can we do to help you secure your business? And we're here to be a partner with you, not feel like we're punishing you.
Right. Yeah. So you were growing up in a Mexican immigrant family. You personally experienced the challenges of public safety at a young age. So since you understand the hard work and value of immigrant families, how do you plan to communicate and partner with the Korean American communities?
Well, just like I'm doing now. I'm very privileged and thankful to have had years now of establishing relationships in the Korean community, but in all the communities that I've had the privilege of representing. I represent the whole entire state of Illinois, and I've gone into all 102 counties. Some are in the suburbs, some are down South Illinois, some are up north in Chicago, or even further north. But we have a very vibrant state, very diverse state. And it has been my pleasure to get to know every single community that is represented and lives and works in this state, and now will be the same approach to governing in the city of Chicago. So I think the important message here is that I have established over years now relationships in the Korean American community. I have lots of friends. I am not a foreign entity that's coming for the first time to ask for your support. I believe that it's important to show up in these communities in every aspect. When you're invited, that you show up. In the event that you get invited to 3 events at the same time, you show up in one way or another to all 3. Whether it's you're in person at one, you're on a video in another, you have a representative at the 3rd. But to show up is critically important. And I have been showing up throughout my entire career, not just at election time. And that is, I think, the key difference between me and other people who you're going to meet for the first time as they're running for this office. But I've had people like Jin Lee on my advisory committee and so many others who for many years have been bringing me into the Korean community. I think about, I'll use one last example to not keep talking here, but when COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was such a scary time.
Right.
Jin Lee, who serves on my advisory committee for the state of Illinois, I asked him, how are things going? And he said, everyone is so scared and we don't have access. It's very hard to get access to the vaccine when it was first coming out. And so I teamed up with a clinic in the Mexican American community where the president of that clinic was my friend. And I told her about what was happening in the Korean community. And so working with my contact, Jin Lee, in the Korean community, we were able to bring those vaccines to after a church service in the Korean community and vaccinate hundreds of people in one day. And it's those types of collaborations and efforts that you really depend on each other because those Korean constituents are my constituents and I want to help them. But when people come to me and say, we have a problem, can you help? The answer is always going to be yes. That's what I'm here to help.
Wow.
That's my job.
Wow.
So I'm thankful that I have friends like Jin and so many others in the Korean community that are present as well.
Yeah. By the way, Jin's here, everybody.
Jump in here and say hi, Jin. Just yes. He doesn't want to. He's being shy.
Yeah. So actually, you know, we have a fun quick choice game that the Korean community loves. Let's have a small game.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a
Love
this
games.
or that balance game. You know, so you have to choose one in 3 seconds.
Ooh, I get 3 seconds to think about
so
it.
it's
Okay.
a balance game we call. So ready?
Ready.
Yeah, let's do it. So first questions, snowboarding and biking. 1, 2, 3.
Snowboarding.
Okay, snowboarding. Okay. If you become mayor, which would you rather fix first? So fix every single pothole in Chicago and bring the crime rate on the Chicago CTA down to 0.
Crime rate down to 0 on the CTA.
Okay, perfect. What is the ultimate Chicago food? Deep dish pizza, Chicago style hot dog.
Ooh, Korean bulgogi.
Very sense. Okay. Your honest thoughts on Chicago winters. The wind and cold make it real Chicago. I love winter. Honestly, as a controller, I would like to cut the budget for Chicago winter if I could. It's too cold.
I love our winters and I love our summers even more, but I do like the winters.
Okay.
I'll go with A.
Well, last question. If you hadn't gone into politics, you would be a professional soccer player or a coach, a CEO of a major advertising agency.
CEO of a major, I would be both. I'd be a professional soccer player first and then the CEO of a major advertising company that focuses on soccer.
Oh, wow. Perfect answer. Wow. Okay. 100% scores you got.
Did I won 100? Yes. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So this is what we call the balance game. Yeah. Korean.
That's fun.
Enjoy. Yeah. During.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I cheat a little bit though by saying like I went with a C answer instead of A or B? With Korean bulgogi, you can never cheat with that.
Right.
That is the
Yeah.
best.
That's the best answer. You know. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you think about all the best foods, they've come from other places of the world.
Yeah.
And Chicago's a global city. If you think about one of the iconic sandwiches in Chicago is the Italian beef.
Yeah.
It starts with the word Italian.
Yeah.
Right? So I just think that depending on what community you're in the city, everyone has a favorite dish for every community.
And there are
The most Chicago thing.
Yeah, and there are many Mexican foods such as taco.
Yes.
Taco, bulgogi, the perfect match, right?
Perfect match.
Yeah.
Yes. Bulgogi tacos.
Bulgogi tacos. Okay, after the show, let's go, everybody. Okay, so time so flies, and then we have last questions for you. What is the most important message you'd like to share with Korean communities, both voters in Chicago and Illinois watching this interview live stream right now?
Well, I would share with the Korean community and the voters specifically, since you mentioned them, that this election is critical for us in Chicago. We are at an inflection point as a city where it is not enough to vote for someone who is just better than the current administration or anybody but the current administration. We need to take the time to elect the best person for this job. And out of all of the candidates who are currently running or have said they are going to join this race, because there's still more to come, I'm the only candidate that brings a trifecta of skill sets ready to lead the city of Chicago on day one. I meet the trifecta from a legislative perspective. I was a former legislator, so I know how to run the government at the state level. I was a former city clerk of Chicago, so I know how to work and manage the city council. Why? Because I already did. And I've also been the only person who's ever managed a state through the two worst fiscal crises in our state's history and done so successfully. There's no one running for mayor besides myself that brings the financial expertise necessary to turn around Chicago's failing finances and begin that job on day one. So I would ask the Korean community to please not sit out this election. Every single vote is going to matter on deciding whether or not I will get the privilege and honor of representing you in the city of Chicago. So I hope that as I've counted on you in the past statewide, for those of you who live in Chicago, if you're eligible to vote but haven't registered to do so, don't waste another day. I need you. If you can vote, but maybe haven't been inspired to do so in the past, now is the time. This is our time to get our city back and to make it work and live up to the expectations that all of us wish it would live up to today. We can get there, but we'll only do it together, and I need your help. So please, I hope I can count on your support, and that means get out to vote. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, and it was a wonderful interview.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate your support, and
Yeah.
let's go.
Let's go.
감사합니다.
사랑해요.
Yes, here we go.
Heart,
Here we
right?
go.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes,
Okay,
thank you. I've been thinking about this for a long time. About how a city this strong should work better for the people who built it. In neighborhoods across the city, we show up, we work hard, and we look out for each other. That's the Chicago way. It's what I saw as a kid born in Little Village, raised by parents who came here from Mexico to build a better life. Chicago has always been a city of builders. Builders of businesses, of families, of futures. Every neighborhood in this city carries its own story. But no matter where we come from, we all want the same things.
We deserve more spaces to enjoy ourselves outside.
We need more programs for young adults to go to after school, on the weekends, not just my children, but for all teenagers.
Here in this city, we have many amenities that we love and resources that we use. And if we don't get our financial house in order, we're not going to be able to have those things for future generations.
We need more action than talk so that we can see our community grow.
Too many people feel abandoned by City Hall. Families are being squeezed by rising rents, higher fees, and property taxes. Communities don't feel safe. Small businesses are fighting to survive. We're tired of paying for big promises that are never kept. Chicago deserves more than promises. It deserves progress. I've spent my career taking on huge problems and fixing them. As a state legislator, I passed a school breakfast bill. As city clerk, I modernized city stickers, getting rid of the hours-long lines at City Hall. And as controller, I eliminated the state's backlog of billions in unpaid bills, increased transparency and accountability, earned credit upgrades for the first time in decades, and restored stability without sticking working families with the bill. I believe government should answer to the people it serves, not political insiders or special interests. Because Chicagoans are tired of paying more and getting less, tired of politics that divides people without solving problems. Chicago doesn't need bigger promises. It needs proven, competent leadership that delivers real progress people can actually feel in every neighborhood, for every family, because progress is greater than promises. I'm Susana Mendoza, and I'm running for mayor of Chicago.